Welcome, welcome, welcome to Wind Down with Kev. So excited that you're tuned in for this next episode. But before I introduce my phenomenal guest that I have next to me tonight, I have to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, taking time out of your busy schedule to be a part of this conversation. Thank you for liking the Wind Down with Kev page on IG. Thank you for subscribing to the Wind Down with Kev channel on YouTube. Most importantly, I cannot thank all of you enough for sharing our reels, hitting the notification button, and letting people know that we have these incredible conversations going on right here. Speaking of right here, I am so happy to be talking to you from my hometown, Wyandanch, New York. I am coming to you from Sir Shave Parlor and Shop, right here in the heart of my hometown. If you recognize this incredible setting, this beautiful ambiance, you might recognize it from the background of the movie Family Business. Yes, this is that Sir Shave. And if you don't know my guest, I will allow her to introduce herself. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Tanya Crawford. Tanya, talk to the people.
Oh, Kevin, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate that. I am Tanya Crawford. I am the daughter of the King of Kings.
Yes.
I am a mom. I am a grandma. I am blessed to be the caregiver to my 95-year-old mom.
Yes.
I am a community advocate. I am a leader in the community. I am class of 86, Wyandanch all day long, and nurse, retired recently of 38 years. And I tinker with some event planning.
Oh, well, we're gonna fix all that. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. But let's start with that blessing that you acknowledge and mentioning your mom.
Yes.
And let's talk about celebrating life. If my research and preparation is correct, you just celebrated a special birthday with your mom.
Yes, 95 years.
95 years.
95.
95 years. And y'all didn't celebrate quietly. Y'all turned up.
Oh, we turned up. We had the family come in from all over, my nieces and nephews, my sister, thank God, came in, and we just celebrated my mom. And one of the things I liked about the celebration that we had for her was kind of like a Q&A.
Okay.
Ask Nana what.
Are you serious?
Because if we don't seize the opportunity to talk to her now.
Yes.
And get the information that she has. And it was such a blessing. They asked her things like, Grandma, when you were born, Nana, did you have lights?
Ooh. And
you know something? She did not have electricity 95 years ago.
Right.
They were shocked to find out there was no inside bathroom.
Yes.
Outhouses. And, going down by the railroad to get coal, to heat the house and to cook, and an ice box.
Yes.
And washing in the basin. And if you really wanted the whites cleaned, you would boil them on the stove. So they got to learn a lot of things, by talking to her. And it was just a blessing. What memories do you have of Nana? Playing with Nana on the floor and things like that. And Nana making us forts, with sheets, with the chairs and things like that. So it was just a blessing to have 6 generations.
6 generations.
6 generations.
That is rich. And people, when you listen and you hear it and you're trying to picture in your minds, what does a 95-year-old birthday party look like? It looks better than you think.
Yeah.
They were not visiting her in anybody's nursing home.
No.
She came in, dressed up, on her 2 feet, doing a 2-step.
Yes, she
enjoying her life, recovered from an injury, but yet still standing.
Had recently fallen, broken her shoulder in 3 places. And, with her age and comorbidities, they didn't want to do surgery. So they splinted her up. And Dorothy was doing all right.
Let's go, Dorothy.
Doing all right. God bless.
95.
95. Full faculties. Knows her mind. Remembers everything. Vision not too good. But, honey, her mind is sharp.
Let's keep talking about celebrations. You just celebrated a different party.
Yes.
Everybody celebrates their birthday, but you just celebrate a half birthday. Let's talk about it.
Let me tell you, shocked and amazed.
Yes.
Blessed. My daughter Natalie surprised me with a 55 and a half birthday party. My birthday is in June. Mm-hmm. But in June, we were anxiously awaiting Alexander the Great.
Yes.
My newest grandson, who is 7 months old, who I am blessed to be his caretaker. And it wasn't about me. It was about her and Natalie's shower. I threw her an amazing baby shower in June. And, I was okay with that.
Yes.
But Natalie said, Mom, you really did deserve this. What you do for us as a family. I have been blessed to help my oldest daughter raise her children. My son Clarence, I help him and Bryn. Bryn is an amazing mom, but I get to help her a little bit with Nkosi. And now I'm helping Natalie raise Alexander, which is just, my grandchildren are everything. And Natalie is such an amazing child, as all my children are. But she threw this party for me, and what a blessing and a surprise it was. It was amazing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. The only thing I hate is that I could not be there. Unfortunately, time and circumstances did not allow me to be there. But I saw the pictures. I loved every single second of it. Natalie took the time to throw that celebration in addition to the birthday, but you're just overcome a lot. And we don't take these days for granted. Can you just talk about the blessing? I know you went through some things and you kept it private, but now you are an advocate and you're sharing. So can you just talk briefly about your journey and how important it is that we all take time to celebrate life a little more?
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the reasons Natalie was so adamant about celebrating me is because by God's grace, I was able to overcome breast cancer. In August of 2020, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. And triple negative breast cancer is the most rare and most aggressive form of breast cancer. And, when they tell you something like that, yeah, it can shake you a little bit. But when you lean on God and you have a faith that is strong and firm, you hear what they say and you acknowledge the science.
Yes.
But God is the one who says the end story. So I did go through 6 months of aggressive chemotherapy. I lost all my hair. Subsequent to that, I chose to have a more radical surgery. I had a double mastectomy. After that, there was a little bit of cancer found when they did my surgery, residual, even though I had a good response to chemo. So after that, I had to go on oral chemotherapy after another 8 months. Subsequent to that, I had 27 cycles of radiation. And by God's grace, I am cancer-free right now.
And looking good.
And trying to, honey.
Somebody put that in the comments. Somebody put that in the comments when y'all see this. Somebody standing tall, looking good, and doing it. And you've taken what you've gone through, and now you're fighting for others. Just on this week, you took a trip to Albany?
Yes. So I was blessed to be a part of the delegation from Adelphi State, New York statewide breast cancer program. And we went up to Albany to lobby for the $238,000 that was removed from the New York State budget for breast cancer program.
$238,000.
$238,000. And when you look at that as New York as a whole, although we are housed at Adelphi, we're not funded by Adelphi at all. And we are a New York statewide program, not Long Island alone, not Nassau County. When you look at that, $238,000 is really not a lot of money.
No.
And we went up to speak with some of our senators and some of our assembly persons to ask them to help us to get that money put back in the budget. And we are blessed to be supported by some of our local officials, such as Kimberly Jean-Pierre, who we met with. We met with Monica Martinez. We met with many others, but they're our local partners and are working with us to get that money written back into the budget. And I'm also working with the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition as well, who've been very helpful to me, and many other community organizations. I'll be going up to Washington with the New York State Black Nurses Association to work with them regarding female health and things like that.
So, Tanya, sometimes people are involved and you hear the fight against breast cancer or donate and raise money and do this and do that, and that's certainly been a primary cause for me and for my agency in being involved with cancer. But you've educated me a lot because you talk about the tangible things that happen with this money and how it goes to help people that are going through. So before we bridge to the next conversation, you just talk for 30 seconds, a minute about some of those tangible things that are given to people that are going through.
Okay, well, for myself, when I was going through my breast cancer, so something as simple as a meal, you wouldn't think that means a lot, but when you've come from chemo and your family is there to support you, coming home to a hot meal makes a difference, because draining for me going through the chemo, but draining for the child that was there with me emotionally. A hot meal. Things like gift cards for gas. I'm going to chemo every week. I'm going to radiation every day. So running back and forth, the gift cards, it means a lot. Helps with utility bills.
Yes.
So, your LIPA bill, your gas bill, things like that. It really helps to get those resources, because money is, until you get your disability, money is tight.
Money becomes tight, and people think of just the medical part, but the financial part. So when you're being asked to give and donate to various causes, you're giving and you're helping and you're making a local difference. So please stay tuned to that.
Yes.
So,
and thank you, Kevin, for your help and support with the American Cancer Society. You helped me with my walk. You were a sponsor for TANS fans, and I really appreciate you and your advocacy in supporting breast cancer.
No, that's something that we have to do. Everything that we are comes from women, and it's something that attacks women. So it's hit you, my friend. It's like family. It's hit my family. It affects everyone. So we all have to be a part of the fight. And shout out to my wife, Denise, for getting me involved and walking with it many, many years ago.
Yeah.
So, Tanya, when you talk about being a community advocate, that is just one of many organizations that you are a part of. I would be remiss if I tried to name what I know you're a part of, because whatever I came up with, I'm going to leave somebody out. So let's talk about some of the other things that you are involved in now.
Okay. Well, I'm very, very happy to be and very involved in right here in my own community, Wine Dance Family Day.
Yes.
I am so proud to be a part of that. That is an organization that works with very limited funds.
Yes.
Pretty much no funds.
None.
Only funds that are raised by the organization itself. Kev has been a very important part of that organization. Charles Jackson, who works so diligently and so hard, and all of the members of that organization, these are the hardest working people.
Yes.
I am involved in a lot of organizations, but I will say Wine Dance Family Day, they work so hard with nothing to create something every year that is absolutely amazing. I am also part of Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition, which I'm very happy to be a part of. The New York State Black Nurses Association, the Suffolk County chapter, the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, the Long Island chapter, the Long Island section for the National Negro Congress of Women, a lot of organizations. I'm proud to be an advocate to give back to the community. I'm unapologetically Black and in support of Black women and girls and helping them to be better in any way that they can. I'm happy that Kevin and also Minority Millennials will be a part of our economic empowerment event for the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Long Island chapter in February. And I'm very happy to be a community advocate. I feel that if God has given me life, I asked him if he would, that I would use it to glorify him and help other people. And that is what makes me happy. I feel like that is what this phase of my life is, to help others.
Well, you are doing it. You're doing it at a very, very high level. I will make you laugh. So when it comes to Tanya and her handling her business, we had a season serving together on Wine-ish Family Day together.
Yes.
I invited you in as I saw my season coming to an end. And the way you came in and began to run meetings, Tanya is a walking Robert Rules of Order when it comes to meetings. If you're in a meeting with her, it's going to go according to the order. There'll be no nonsense. There'll be no deviation. There'll be no lack of minutes. There'll be no rambling on. I just love the seriousness that you bring to meetings, because that accountability is respected and helps everybody every other way.
Thank you.
I want to switch. I want to talk about friendship. I want to talk about the value of friendship to you. What does friendship mean to you?
Everything. Relationships are important. Okay. And I believe that when you enter into a relationship with someone, even as a friendship, I take all my relationships importantly, but your word has to mean something. You have to be true and honest in your relationship. What you say you're going to do, you have to do. And you have to be a stand-up person. And that's important. That's what I give, and that's what I look for in a friendship.
I love it. And your eyes got serious, like, okay, Kev, we're not in playtime no more. Class of 86. Woo! What does that mean to you?
Woo, that's right here. See, I bleed green and gold.
Yes.
Okay, so the class of 86, you talked about friendships. And we have been friends kindergarten, third grade, many of us. And we are still very, very close friends today. We are always at each other's whatever. Mm-hmm. We have no problem hopping on a plane. We're coming to weddings. We're coming to see kids graduate from school. Regrettably, we've had to bury our family members. We're burying our parents. Regrettably, we've buried some children. Yeah. And we're close, and we're there for each other. And we're doing something at least 3-4 times a year together, and not always in New York. We'll fly and go. And we love each other. We're very close. And, it's been said, that people want to be 86. 86 is what it is. We are that class.
I would like to argue with you, but I can't. When you're involved with Wine Edge Family Day, you get to work with people from many classes, and the love and support that y'all have for each other, the events that you attend, the travel that you do together, it's a collective energy that's unmatched. Yeah. Unmatched. So challenge me in the comments if you want to, but let me see y'all show up for each other that way first. I got a lot of work to do to knock 86 out of the box.
Yeah.
Transitions, careers, 38 years.
38 years.
Let's talk about it.
I became a nurse very young. Love being a nurse. I'm a nurse. I am a nurse, retired. Yes. It's all I've ever done. Mm-hmm. I was a hospital nurse for many years. I stood behind that med cart for about 30. And that last 8 years, I went into the insurance industry and was a case manager. I am currently transitioning into something that I have not done. I am happy to have been afforded an opportunity by Mr. Span to move into a more managerial aspect of life. And I'm learning while I am moving into this new position.
So I love it. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So if anybody that follows me anywhere I am on social media, I've been talking about launching a new company to get into a new branding space, launching my Kevin Span Mentorship Value Program. But I was stuck in my own head because I was doing a lot of it by myself. And then I look back on my career path, everything I ever did on the inside of Allstate, everything I ever did on the outside with my agency, I never did it alone. I always had a team. So as you and I had chances to work together this past year, you put together my Wind Down with Kev wrap-up party, which was a phenomenal success. You helped me with some other things, and I started asking you about your availability and how much time do you have. You said, I'm good, Kev. I said, you're going to school? Yes, but I have time. I'm doing this, but yes, I have time. I said, okay. And first time talking about it publicly anywhere. I haven't posted about it at all, but I've asked Tanya to join me as my COO, my Chief Operating Officer of the Kevin Span Mentorship Value Program. And she's doing a phenomenal job. So
thank you, Kevin.
We're filming this on January 28th. We're about a month in.
Right.
What has it been like for you? So what we've done so far?
Wow. So we've literally taken this vision that Kevin has had and from the ground floor and got it going. We've hired staff. We are launching the business, the website. We are going to be selling the business, training people, bringing people in. We're going to be changing lives, Kevin. That's what we're going to be doing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm excited to have you here with me because it was not happening without someone helping to hold me accountable to execute the vision. So, Tanya, probably about 3 years ago, you asked me to be your accountability partner.
Yes, I did.
What did you have in mind at the time?
Well, at that time, I wanted to elevate my life. And I wasn't really sure what path I needed to be on. I knew the Lord would be involved and the head of it all. And I knew you as a godly man could keep me on path there. I knew you as a successful business owner. I knew part of your journey and how you started and climbed. And I knew that I was going back to school and I didn't know what my future held, but I wanted to be accountable, somebody to hold me accountable to moving forward. I didn't want to get stuck anywhere and stop. And that's why I asked you to be my accountability partner, because I wanted to keep moving. I wanted my trajectory to continue. I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to get stuck. And I knew you had so many of the values that I have. And I knew that you could be the person to help me do that. And look how it's come full circle.
Full circle. And we are just, we're just starting. We work together. Nobody works for me, not my agency, not here. We all work together for a common mission, and we all succeed, and we all grow together. So not only are we going to work together in the mentorship value program, which we will be teaching online courses to teach people how to get into the insurance business. Everybody that's watching this, listening to it, whether you're local, anywhere in the country, we're all required to have insurance, to carry insurance, to pay for it, but very few of us know anything about it. So my mission at this juncture in my career is to help 1,000 people, help 1,000 people, help 1,000 people get into the business, and then have them help 1,000 people with their insurance needs, and in the meantime, change lives. So we're defining target markets.
Yes.
We're going to be helping some students. We're going to be helping return to work moms and career changes that haven't even given a thought to the insurance field.
Correct.
So that is that's exciting for me.
It's very exciting for me. A little scary, as I shared with you.
It's very scary. Our learning journey is sick.
It is.
We're working on some technology, some AI, and every single morning we meet.
Yes.
And we're building something special. So by the time you're watching this, you'll also see some things that have launched, and you'll see a little bit of the backstory of what's going on. So Tanya, I want to go back to your introduction of yourself. When you said everything, when it came to your event company, that's the only time you didn't speak it with confidence and faith. So Tanya, let me restate it for you. Tanya is going to have a major event planning company. It's in her. Attention to detail.
Thank you, Kevin.
Eye for execution of those details is absolutely amazing. So when it happens, don't be surprised. Just book her services
From your mouth to God's ears.
And utilize it, and you'll see it. And your daughter Natalie is already walking in your gift with her business.
Oh my God!
Talk about Celestial Treats.
Well, let's talk about Celestial Treats. My baby Natalie Celeste has an amazing baking business. Definitely God-given. You know, Natalie's always been the baker in the family. And, you know, people would just ask her, hey, Nat, you know, those cupcakes are good. You know, can you bring some cupcakes in for work? And then it got to be, hey, Nat, can you make a cake for me? And then it got to be, hey, Nat, you know, can you design it this way? And she's all self-taught. And she is amazing. I have to thank God for her thriving business. She now works with Newsday. She works with Newsday. I'm really excited for her. She works for Channel 12.
Yes.
And she is doing amazing.
So let me get a timeout. I have to do things not for myself, my listening audience. When you say she works with Newsday and Channel 12, Newsday, for people around the country that are watching it, that's our Long Island-wide newspaper that services millions of people, and News 12 is our local station. What do you mean she works for them? Is she their preferred vendor?
Is. She's their preferred vendor, and for everything that they do, they reach out to Natalie to come in and bring the baked treats. So when they did the big launch of the new studio, Natalie came in, she did that. They had a little something just recently. She had to make several different cupcakes that they brought her in for. So she is their go-to vendor.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So all these relationships she built, everything she's seen you do, and she's now getting to execute and carry that out.
Yes.
And the cakes are amazing. The cakes are...
Oh, they're delicious.
Yes.
They don't just look good. They taste good.
They taste good.
And her recurring customers just keep coming back. Because it's one thing for a cake to look good. Because she can design a cake to look good. But a cake can also taste like cardboard. But her cakes are delicious. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased.
Yes. But say that. Celestial
Treats. You can find her on Instagram and follow her that way.
Please, by all means. So, Tanya, I call this podcast Wind Down with Kev. And before I even go further, when I first launched the podcast, I did it with a game. And the game was Name My Next Guest.
Yes.
And I gave out a prize of a T-shirt, and you were the winner of that first prize.
That's right. And I have my T-shirt still. I have my T-shirt.
I love it. So you go from contest winner, we were doing it all on Facebook to be safe then, to now being a guest on the show.
I am honored.
Honored to have you on the couch.
I am honored to be on the couch.
Live.
Thank you.
So that I love. But I want to... I've added the tagline, Wind Down with Kev, the Dream Chaser podcast. T-shirt, sweatshirt, soon to follow. Soon as my son executes on our new design, it'll be available.
Yeah.
I want you to give a message to all my dream chasers out there that's watching this podcast. Maybe they're in career transition like you. Maybe they're at a point they're getting ready to walk away from what they're doing. Or maybe it's a young person like Natalie starting a new business venture. What would you say to encourage them in their dreams?
Well, I would say this. Don't be afraid. There are going to be challenges. There are going to be stumbling blocks that come along the way. My pastor used to say, use every stumbling block as a stepping stone. So I was afraid to go back to school after so many years. However, I am very, very close to pursuing that higher level of education, completing that higher level of education. Afraid to step into this new career path, but excited about it.
Yes.
Be excited. Be afraid. You should be afraid.
Yes.
Anything that's going to challenge you can make you better. So chase that dream. It is never too late to chase the dream. The dream is never too big, and it's never too far.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tanya Crawford.
Thank you, Evan. Thank you.